Stablecoin bill passed the Senate. It's a genius act. No surprise. It moved through very, very easily. Again, you had problems in the past, but now it passed very, very easily. Now it moves on to the House. Expected to pass the House as well before the August recess. It's a very big deal when it comes to stablecoins. There's lots of plays in there. We told you about Circle, which we noted and said that, buy Circle. People don't understand how big the stablecoin. This is $1 trillion. $2-3 trillion, maybe a $5 to $10 trillion market. $2-3 trillion is what the government is telling you that market is worth. Circle is really one of the only pure plays, and we said when it came out, you could have bought it under 90. It's 170, and under 90 was the first day it closed under 90. We opened at 32. Even when it was 32, and we talk about Circle before it opened, I said, listen, this is a $100 stock. People need to understand how big the stablecoin market is. It's massive. It's disruptive. Now you got laws in place, right? There's always disruptive within crypto that the banking industry was scared shit about. It's the reason why they lobbied Biden so much, where he tried to shut down the entire industry in January. We got debanked in January 2023. The banks, they went after two of the banks. They illegally shut down those banks, told everyone don't do business or you're going to get audited, right? That's Operation Choke Point 2. That really happened and still happening, and they're suing the government. There's certain lawyers that are suing the government that won against the government. Last time Obama tried the same shit against certain industries. But Circle is the play here. It's 170. It's probably going a lot higher, but you had the chance to buy that on the first day of the close a couple weeks ago under 90. If you're looking at other banking plays, JP Morgan came out with a nice list today. Q2, Alchemy, Encino were a couple of names, which are digital banking, right? Those are some plays, but this stuff's for real. It's probably going to pass before August, which is when Congress takes their break and their recess, and Trump wants to get this passed. And it will get passed, and it's going to be very, very good to the market, very, very good for customers, very good for everyone involved, other than the banks, because they're going to see their fees come down. But there's a reason. What was it? Walmart and Amazon both exploring this, launching their own stablecoins. Everyone's going to be launching their own stablecoins. It's a very, very big market, and Circle is almost on an island by itself that you could play. Tether is, but you're not going to get equity by playing that. We talk about Circle, you're going to get equity in the stock, and man, their total addressable market is bigger than Apple's total addressable market. That's why the stock is going higher. Look at the total addressable market. Don't look at the P ratio now or what's going to be a year from now, because you would have missed Palantir at 20, 30, 40 when we tell you to recommend that stock as well. The total addressable market, when you're the best of the best in that industry and you can capture a large percent of that total addressable market, your stock is going to skyrocket much higher, and the valuation levels are going to be insane when you look at them at the beginning, but they're going to factor in, they're going to build into that valuation over time, because they are the leaders in a massive total addressable market. When you're looking at AI, when you're looking at stable coins, those are two markets. Circle, Palantir, CoreWeave, those are names that are just dominating right now, and you're seeing the stock price, and all three of those, their stock price is going to continue to go higher.
They do have a lot of momentum. Circle's up again today, like you said, 170. Yeah, that thing's on a tear. It'll be interesting to watch now that the Senate kicks the bill, this genius bill, to the House. Just watch and see what all the BS Republicans and Democrats ask for, see their true colors there. It does pave the way, though. If this doesn't pass, the bigger picture to me is, to your point, Frank, JP Morgan is talking about doing some sort of a stable coin settlement and payment. It's not open, it's fixed to them, but it's either on with Coinbase or something. I read just a quick announcement on that. The takeaway there is the big banks have to get involved with this or be left behind. The dam has broken, as Frank jokes about, the good old boys club. You have to give credit to Trump on that because it's passing. But the excitement thing is that this is going to take over in the back end. Again, I don't think the average Joe gives a flying Florida about how the money works on the back end as long as you trust it. I'm in that camp. So just to see the interconnection and how crypto and these stable coins are going to provide, the quickest thing everybody's going to notice is, hey, I can move money cheaper and faster, and you don't have to wait as many days to get your money. It's just more convenient. So we'll have to see more of the details. Again, the irony here is that this is one of the last grasping at straws to save the bond market, because you're going to continue with this and the deregulation on banking, where the big banks buy treasuries and then have to put money aside. I can't think of what I'm saying, but they're going to repeal that, which is going to create an appetite for bonds from big banks. And then you have a bigger appetite with this stablecoin thing. Keeps the empire going.
Oh, by the way, you mentioned that last podcast, I think, how they're generating interest on the short term, right, through Treasury window and stuff like that, right? So to the Fed window.
You mean Circle?
Not Circle, with the big banks. Remember you said guess when it started, 2008. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, because Cruz is offering or suggesting that they quit paying overnight interest to the biggest banks.
Overnight interest. So that was the original bailout plan, but it didn't work. Do you know that? So when you're looking at, when I was thinking about that, I was reading up on it too. I was like, that was the original bailout plan. That didn't work. And then one of the guys was suggesting, look, we got to, capitalize the banks. And everyone's like, no way. That's like, Nationalism, no way, absolutely not. And then they tried to buy all distressed assets, and they said it's too long, and they need something done like in a day or two before the whole entire financial system collapsed. And then they decided to say, hey, let's give all the banks like this ton of money that, again, they did whatever they want with it, and now they're really, really too big to fail, which was the point of it. But that was the original plan, right? So they taking that back. Ted Cruz is right. Q2, Alchemy, and Sino as names of play on digital banks and stuff. Q2 and Alchemy provide software for regional banks, credit unions, two groups that are all over this trend because they're going to try to compete with the big guys. And Sino's a cloud stock tailored to banks. Those are three names that JP Morgan likes. Again, we continue to say buy Circle here as it goes higher and higher. It's going to go a lot higher. We've been saying that the whole entire time.